We encounter this higher power by connecting with higher energy fields, higher beings. Sometimes it may come as a glimpse of higher light. Sometimes the heart activates deeper love, a striking realization hits the mind and makes some process complete. Higher power begins with your own higher self. While there are multitude of beings on various planes of existence, but it is your higher self, first of all, who is really hands on with this incarnation, with this live stream. As we journey through the linear live stream, perceiving past, present, and future, on the path we encounter higher power. And it makes one realize that the spiritual growth is not linear. You were on the direction going forward in the future, and then something comes into your experience of a much greater degree and shows you the upward way, which we could say is the inward upward way. That is already obvious that all that happens within. So it's the inward upward way. Some people assume that they can do it all themselves, and that is ignorance. Some people believe that they awoken themselves, which is also 99.999% ignorance as well. So the awakening occurs with or without an awareness of a higher power, higher grace. Grace is the general word for this higher power. Just like meditation can mean 1,000,000 things. So grace also can mean 1,000,000 things. But essentially it uplifts you. Beyond your own efforts, beyond your own struggles. Sometimes you need to meet halfway. You need to do your bit to leave the capture of the five senses, to go inwardly. And that's where grace or the higher being, which may be your own higher self, or many other possible guides will greet you and help you out. If you're too lost in the five senses, it is difficult to help. If you're in the train of thoughts, it's difficult to inspire. If you are in emotional turmoil, love is so subtle that it is so far away. But as you still the mind, the emotions, and withdraw yourself from the senses, that's where the true meditation begins. Everything else is preparation. Higher power reveals itself to you. Higher grace reveals itself to you if you seek for it. Because there are multitude of streams of higher paths that each one of you is unique in the blending of those streams. You have your own unique collection of the streams that you are connected with. And bringing awareness to that allows you to recognize which higher power is present at different times. Each stream, for example, if you follow Shiva path and the self-realization path, it has its own gurus, a lineage. It has its own supportive beings who focus assisting travelers or explorers, the seekers, in the particular way of that lineage, that stream. If you are on the Vishnu path, let's say the Krishna movement, there are different guides and gurus and higher beings assisting you on that path, on that stream. Now, it is possible to be aligned, connected, initiated into multiple streams. But that is more suggestible with more spiritual maturity, because if you are on the self-inquiry path, and then if you are on the Buddhist path at the same time, there will be very different teachings, very different countries to explore, we may say, the streams of those teachings. And they might be even contradictory. The bhakti way will say surrender, and the self inquiry will say ask who is behind. Develop discernment, develop clarity. So they might be very different, very opposite streams. And for the younger seekers, explorers, it might be confusing. They will say, in the bhakti, it says to do this, but in this path, it says totally opposite. And it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Because two paths say totally different things. Which one is correct? One asks. They're both correct. But it cannot be. They're totally opposite to what they say. However, in reality, they're both correct if you follow only that path. If you mix and match two different paths, you need more intuition, more discernment, and the ability to multitask and to know which is which. Higher power has many streams, many beings, many gurus, many cosmic beings, universal beings, divine beings. One important message is that a being of a higher order may reveal its power to you, but the true power is revealed when that being shows you that power is within you too. Otherwise, it is a competition or a show who has more power, who has more love. So the healthy way is that which helps you to reveal that is within you too. Trying to reach the divine planes of the source without the assistance of a guide is like trying to walk from London to Paris blindfolded without any equipment. You may have a sense of direction at the beginning that you should go there, but you have no idea what is in front and what follows after what. The planes of existence are so vast that you could circle around and around and around and believe that you're making a progress. Just like in a regular human incarnation, the cycle of birth, education, marriage, children, retirement, believing that one has made a progress. If one is not awakened to the spiritual path, So, same way as one opens up to some higher plane, one believes that they're making progress. I've met so many people who believe in that, that all they need is another chemical pill and they'll have plenty of amazing experiences to progress spiritually. But it didn't go far at all. So, the same way that on Earth we have a lot of countries and places and possible experiences, in the higher planes it's multiplied by thousands and millions of times. So, what is a progress? The multitude of experiences. Some souls do choose that, and they have a limiting belief that they need no help. So, their objective is to explore every coffee shop in Paris, every pub in London, and so on. And they have a self limiting belief that they can do it by themselves, they need no help, and they will become experts of spirituality. When that is the case, then it means that the soul has chosen that belief system to have multiple experiences. And that might be the intention of the soul. But from a higher perspective, the experiences are at the same domain and they just go round and round. I invite everyone to reflect of any self limiting beliefs. And thus, these beliefs have certain basis for your experience. And it is good to pay a closer attention. And that's where inquiry is needed. It's a good tool to look deeper into this belief and uncover why it is present. Same way, on a single path, one will believe that one found the one and only true path, and all they need is Jesus, and they're interested only in the associated beings, such as Mother Mary and specific angels, and so on. Then one again is imposing upon oneself a limitation. In most cases, it means that the progress will be limited. So, thus, it is advisable to be open for new friendships, to be open for new connections, to be open for new explorations. Even if something is very different than what you have been accustomed to, it means that it has a large potential for you to open furthermore. So, this is the beauty of the spiritual journey back to the source, is that the open way of exploration, what comes along your way, and constantly seeking higher grace, higher power, higher love, or light or bliss, will assure your continuous growth. Because you grow not by what is easy and already familiar, already digested and processed. You grow by challenging yourself to open more, by exploring higher light, higher degree. As you continue your progress, your association with beings will also change because some of you have led to where you are now, and the new ones will show up to guide you further. But also don't get fooled that as soon as some new being pops up, that this being will take you further up. You need to test this friendship, this association, because there are many beings, but the upward path needs to be tested and evaluated that it is helping you to move forward. And sometimes you may simply need to ask for help. If you assume that everybody's going to help you, that's not how it works. By asking, you open up the intention, the door to receive support and help. By assuming that you know everything, you're fully connected, and you can do things on your own, is a self-centered foolishness that is very limited. So asking for help of higher grace, light, power, love is how you magnetically pull the higher being closer to you. So there is a certain magnetism of the divine that, with that clear intention, as you set your intention higher, the higher intention will come closer to you.